at work, and so please, I have more of that.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Well, the thing is, Asia, when she wears that white tee, it's like she's locked in. She's not worried about anything else. And then, yeah, all her teammates supporting her. That's how they have to be on the basketball court. Asia Wilson, efficient, clean, not worried about anything else. And then all her teammates there to provide support. They're going to need that in Game 2.
Game 2, Tuesday, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN 2. That is Andrea. Yes, the Vikings are now 4-0, and Sam Darnold is still their quarterback. What message is that team sending with how they have started this season?
Well, they've sent a big message.
The message, but the problem, I think, or the question that most of us have, is this sustainable? Can they keep this going?
Are you questioning Sam Darnold? Are you kind of trying to figure it out?
I'm just saying, like, history sometimes is an indicator of what the future may hold.
Well, maybe. How about the place
those
where
vibes to
Sam Darnold is like, okay, I'm the guy here. It's interesting.
All right, so Sam Darnold is the guy, and we'll just wait to see what happens for the Vikings from here on out. That is Herm Edwards. Herm is here, and I have the benefit of being able to watch his face when he's listening to some things or watching other things, and you're shaking your head. And I think we all agree. The Eagles are a little confusing. They're 2-2. Who are they?
That's the big question, right? I mean, and right now, they're a ship without a rudder. They don't know who they are.
1 week they're one way, the next week they're something else.
Yeah.
So we don't know what the Eagles are. We do kind of get an idea of who the Commanders are. I mean, they're 3-1. They are atop the NFC East, and what we've seen so far from Jaden Daniels, particularly the last 2 weeks, has been great. What do you need to still see from them before you consider yourself a believer?
Well, I'm believing right now. They have a rookie.
They're 3-1, and if you look at the schedule, I mean, it is kind of favorable. If you look at the next 5 weeks, they've got the Browns. Yes, they still have the Ravens, but the Panthers, the Bears, and the Giants are also on their schedule. I'm just saying. That's her. This is to Andrea Carter, who's back with us. This game went back and forth more than a dozen times throughout the course of the game, and the Lynx had a chance to tie it there at the end with that 3. What did you see as that play unfolded?
Well, Alyssa Thomas said you can't, especially in that moment, and won them the game.
It wasn't just that moment. It was also the quarter, too. They held them to just 8 points.
Yes.
When you look at this win as a whole, when you factor in the other 3 quarters as well, what is something else that you take away?
Well, we have to start with who you just interviewed in Alyssa Thomas. Because
what else did they do? Because obviously we've seen Nafisa Collier be so good in these playoffs, averaging like north of 40 points. Tonight, just shy of 20. What did they do to make that happen?
Well, they're just physical, because the thing about Nafisa Collier is she
in Game 2 to get the win with another chance at home here.
Yeah, the biggest thing for Minnesota, well, one, they struggled from
more things we can say about Stewie. She was really good, but how did she get it done? Why was she able to be so dominant?
Well, I love the question when you say why, because the one answer that we didn't show, so post-game, Holly Rowe asked Stewie.
Shoulders. I think Kelsey Plum wears hers very well. Also, you can't ignore Spike. You got to engage him, and no one can do it better than her. Besides all of that and the way that she in some ways carried the Aces, what else stood out to you about the way she performed in this one?
Well, so
how many times this season have we heard Asia Wilson talk about her teammates and how important her teammates are to her? We have to fit check this Aces team for how they arrived before this game. Every last player to the T showed up wearing